Sleeping. We all know it's important, but some of us suck at it. Or we go through periods in our life where there's so much going on and it just affects our sleep. Today, I'm going to give you 4 sleeping hacks. What up, my butthole breathers? That's what I like to hear. Today, I'm joining you from the beach. So, I'll show you my view if you're watching on YouTube towards the end, because I feel like if I move the computer now, everything's going to fall off and it'll be a disaster. So I purposely left Nashville to come to the beach and booked myself a little Airbnb to dedicate a couple days to fully working on the podcast, on my online stuff, on the business stuff that I put off and procrastinate for months because seeing patients is more fun than like paying bills. I mean, I pay my bills, but you know what I mean? Like, ew, I'd much rather be helping people. Um, so I just kind of ran away to a place that I know would inspire me and I could be creative and it would feel good and I'd have to hunker down to get shit done, but also like get to walk on the beach. I mean, does anyone else do this? If not, you should. Like this is one of my first times doing this might be my first time doing it. I've gone places alone, but this is like a work dedicated couple days, knock it out, let's go. It's going well so far. I highly advise it. But last night I had a terrible night's sleep. And I didn't even drink wine or anything. Alcohol does affect your sleep. I'm sorry to say. As much as I love red wine, what's my thing? But the consequence is your sleep is not as restful and restorative as it should be. So I got this idea because I'm like, I bet I am not the only one. Let's talk about 4 sleeping hacks that you can implement right now. 1, get a non negotiable bedtime routine. I know that sounds weird, but pretend like you're a little kid again. I mean, as kids, didn't we all have bedtime routines? Maybe that was you had to take a bath and then you read a story, and maybe your mom or dad rubbed your back and then you fell asleep. And that happened day in, day out. That was a routine to get you to fall asleep. We need to do that as adults. Our nervous systems need that calm and familiarity. I mean, gosh, English. When you put together a routine that's a non-negotiable, your body can get into that rest and digest parasympathetic state, because a lot of us are walking around and we look at our phones and we get a text message and oop, fight or flight, cortisol hit, let's go, which is also not healthy. And then our nervous systems are so high that we're like, okay, we got it. I know it's time to go to bed. Oh my God, let's go lay down in bed. And then hamster wheel. So that's either you can't fall asleep, or like me, I'm so freaking tired. I fall asleep, but 2 a.m., like clockwork, rolls around. I get all these ideas. I'm stressing. I'm worrying. I am just hamster wheeling. I mean, I could probably win if I, tell me if you're like this. DM me at Dr. Audrey Lance on Instagram. If there was a race and my speed running equaled how fast my mind hamster wheels, I think I'd win every time. It's wild, which is why I need to do things to de-stress. So, back to your bedtime routine. This is a little different for everyone. I was just talking with one of my professional hockey players this week about this because it's like clockwork. The season hits and sleep goes out the window. Their schedules change constantly. They're traveling, they play a game late, and then they're jacked up from the game and they can't calm down the night before a game. I mean, this is so common with professional athletes, but it's also common with everyone else. Some of my moms, they're like, The nighttime is the only time I have to myself. Like, I want to utilize it, which I totally get. But part of utilizing it could be this bedtime routine, figuring out what feels good for you. First, let's go over what I'm making my non negotiable. Epsom salt bath, even if it's only 5 to 10 minutes. And then I will do my breathing exercises. I have that free breathe out attention. There's a sleeping one that you can listen to. I kind of know it in my head. So I just do that. And I'll even just be like, pretend to relax your toes, pretend to relax your feet, and work my way all up the body because I have to focus on pretend to do this. It's giving me a task, but it's also like I'm breathing through it. Now, my athlete, what did we come up with for him? He also Epsom salt bath, but he likes a little bit of movement to just, he says it's calming for his body, which I agree. So I created that de-stress in 20, which is you can use it as a workout. You can use it as de-stressor. Obviously, it helps bring your body into that parasympathetic state and just calm while activating it correctly. It's pretty unreal. I had another guy recovering from surgery last week, and I put them in one of the positions and coached them through like I do in de-stress in 20. And he looked at me after and he goes, "Are you a witch? This is unreal." I mean, so back to the other hockey guy. So there is one of those exercises on there that he's just obsessed with. So he's going to do his Epsom salt bath, one of the moves from de-stress in 20, and then his breathing. And he said he could do that on the road. He could do that at home. So that's his non-negotiable bedtime routine. What is yours? If you need help with suggestions, once again, DM me. There's also some people like hot tea as they sit and relax and go to bed. Maybe an evening walk. Something that feels good to you that you'll look forward to at the end of the day. Maybe it's taking a shower and washing your hair every night. And then you comb it out and there's something relaxing. I do love a cold pillow. I really hate when my pillow's hot. I really I'll flip sides through the night because I really like a cold pillow. So, hack number 2, no phone in your bed. I'm guilty of this. I actually suck at this because I just feel like I can get so much done when I'm late. I mean, I love working from bed, so that's really hard. But the blue light, all the things, it's so bad for you. Studies over and 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 over have shown again. So try to, of course, they all say 2 hours before bed, which is hard, but give yourself 15 to 20 minutes. Like, let's make this easy. We don't have to be super humans here and be perfect. So just put it on do not disturb, set it somewhere, and stop scrolling. But what I do instead, because sometimes I can't just lay there, right, is read. Read, 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 read. So any book. I don't usually like to do a bunch of self-help or business or studying right in my bed at night, because sometimes that'll get me wired. So I just try to read some kind of book, because when you're focusing on reading and absorbing what you're reading, so you don't have to read it 5 times. I've also been guilty of that because my mind will hamster wheel. But when you can actually get yourself calmed down that you're reading, your body can't hamster wheel and snowball into the anxiety and the thoughts. And it actually is taking you down a few notches into that sympathetic state of, okay, we're focused only on one thing, the reading. And it's a really good way. That's why you hear a lot of people say, oh, my grandma used to say this all the time. I love reading before bed because I just fall asleep so easy. There's something to that. So I do my Epsom salt bath, putting away my phone, reading, even if it's only like 2 pages. It's just switching your mindset, bringing your nervous system down a little bit. Hack 3. It is probably my favorite supplement. Taking magnesium before bed. There is a lot of hype around magnesium, and there's all different kinds of magnesium. So magnesium glycinate, and I'm not your doctor, so you have to consult with them, but anywhere between 200 and 400 milligrams is what you should be taking. And the reason you take it at night is because it also helps with sleep. There are many other benefits, such as if you struggle with migraines, digestion, pain, muscle soreness, healing, all of it. It's absolutely my favorite supplement. And most of us are very depleted in it. So, magnesium glycinate at night before bed. I usually take this before I start my bedroom routine. All right. Speaking of that bedtime routine, I am actually sitting here. I'm a little chilly with this towel as a blanket, and check it out. This is why you should subscribe to YouTube so you can get to see all my antics and props and what's going on in my everyday life. It is a money towel, and I got this from a business mastermind with Tiffany Carter, and it is my new favorite towel. It's comfy, it's soft, and just like I've gotten so many compliments on the beach of, oh my God, what a cool towel. And I'm like, I know, it's my money towel. So, besides the fact, I know you're all anxiously awaiting number 4. Like, what could it be? I need to sleep. Yes, you do. Number 4, breathing. Yes, breathing techniques before you sleep. So, I woke up at 2 a.m. last night, wired. And if anyone listens to Andrew Huberman, he talked about, I probably messed up the pronunciation, but he talked about this breathing technique that they use in the military. And then I just added a little spice on it from everything I've learned from these smart people around the world. So when I was laying there last night, what did I, like I said, breathe out of tension, that free sleep one, that can get you to sleep. I talked about that in one. But if you're super stressed, either before I go to sleep or when I'm waking up at 2, I use this. So you take 2 inhales through your nose. So you inhale once, and then again, and then you slowly exhale. And you should instantly feel like, I just doing that one time, like my chest opened up, like the weight is lifted a little bit. So they say you could 2 times should be sufficient. Usually it's about 4 times for me, 4 to 5, let's be honest. But I added a spice on top, the spice of life. Put your tongue on the roof of your mouth right now. When you do that, you should feel those jaw muscles just instantly relax. Those are your masters. And underneath your chinny chin, you'll feel a little activation. Those are your digastrics. So we really want to calm the face and mouth too, because we don't want grinding. That signals stress. And then your body will be more tense if your jaw's tense, right? That's like people all day are walking around grinding their teeth, not even knowing it, but that is one of the stress signals to your brain of, okay, let's tense up, let's hold it, let's not breathe. So just this is a good tip throughout the day. Every time you look at your phone, put the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Every time you stop at a stop sign or a red light, put the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and just start training yourself to let that jaw and the facial muscles go. So tongue on the roof of your mouth, 2 inhales, 1 slow exhale. And after I do that 5 times, I just go back into the nasal breathing. Inhale through your nose. Try to expand 360 degrees into your belly. Exhale through your nose and let everything relax. And you want to inhale. Think of inhaling into your kidneys. Exhale and relax. And after you do that a couple times, I want you to think a full span, trying to get in that pelvic floor. Inhale into your butthole all the way down there. Think of like in between your butt cheeks, expanding, exhale and relax. This is how you get your brain to sink in that whole global pattern, which long term will help you with stability and prevent injury. And in the short term, is totally relaxing your nervous system and de stressing you. I cannot, speaking of stress, I cannot stress enough the importance of sleep. If you are not sleeping, you're costing yourself so much, not only with your body and its functions, such as, you know, energy, how you feel, how you heal, pain, focus, but there's all these studies that show that if you don't sleep, you're costing yourself life too, length of life. Your body has to recover. It has to. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to give it to you straight. You're not invincible. I know we all thought we were in our 20s and you can live in the moment a little better sometimes then, but you are not. And the sooner, like I tell all my professional athletes, the sooner you figure out how to take care of yourself and really make it a priority, like the better you're going to be, the longer your career is, the better quality of life you're going to have. So if you're going to play hard, you need to recover hard. So we all need to freaking sleep. Sweet dreams.